And I'm live. A little less. I had said I was being late. I had some issues. Technical, insect. I may have lost track of time also this morning. But here I am. Ready to have another story and do some art with you today. So we will wait for people to show up. I'll wet my whistle. It's like hot outside. Hot. I'm not really fond of that. I'm just waiting so that we can celebrate Earth Day together. I know I said that I was going to be 15 minutes late, and I got done early. So here I am. I'm just going to wait for all of you guys. I guess I should have waited until the 15 minutes. Well, hello, Allie. It's good to see you. I can't actually see you. I'm imagining you in my mind. So I can see you in my mind. Have you been outside? Because it's hot outside. It's like 80 degrees. I was just looking at my phone to see what the temperature is. I got my air conditioner on. It's probably not, oh, it says it's 75. Oh, 77. So, it is hot. Hot. To me, I think it's hot. Other people I know like it, but not me. So, it's just you and me right now, Allie. Just you and I. Are you ready to go back to school? Like real school? I'm ready to go back to school. Ready. I had said that I was going to be late, but I got done early from being late, and so now we're waiting because I told people 15 minutes and it was only like 9. So. Oh, you're excited for this project? All right, that's good. I like this project. It's a cool one. So, you should have, I need some gum. A couple pieces of paper. That's 2 there. There you go. And a couple of things that you can trace for circles. You don't have to trace for circles. I'm going to use crayons today. We're going to make this with those little arms. Flop. I like this. Scissors. Ooh, I need to find my scissors. Can't go without scissors. Marcus, do you have a Phillips head screwdriver, a little one? So, I have my scissors here, but they're really hard to cut with. So I need to loosen that screw. And of course, I can't find... I must have like 50 pairs of scissors. Oh, thanks, Allie. I miss you guys so much. In fact, I've said that I miss people so much. Just need to loosen it a little. I'm tired of telling people I miss them. I'm ready to be done. Hello, Mrs. Dotzler. Hi, Hadley. We're talking about how much although we love doing art together like this, we just really miss being in the classroom and seeing our friends and all of that stuff. Is that better? Oh, much better. So this is what we're going to do today. If you don't have scissors or something, then that's okay. You can just draw them on probably. You'll need 2 pieces of paper if you're planning to cut. Hello, Mrs. Wyatt. Hi, Dylan. So, just so that maybe Mom can help get things together if you don't have them already, this is what we're doing today. You need 2 pieces of paper. You need some scissors. You need, where's my glue? I lost my glue. All right, I have more glue. You need a glue stick or some tape or some glue. Obviously a pencil and a marker. I'm going to use crayons today. I have a big box of crayons over here. And then you need a couple of lids to trace onto your pager. So I have these are my lids here. They're like multicolored because I wasn't sure which ones I wanted to use. Or you can just draw your circles on. That's totally fine. I like to trace circles because I draw horrible circles. Horrible circles I draw. Hello, Mrs. Carter. Hi, Anna and Kaya. Hello, Mrs. Pierce. Hi, Ethan and Eric and Elena. So we're just talking about the things that we need. A couple pieces of paper. This is what we're making today with my little floppy arms. If you don't have all of everything, you can just draw arms on there. A couple pieces of paper, some scissors, obviously a pencil and a marker and glue. I'm going to use crayons today, and some lids to trace. I draw horrible circles, so that's why I'm tracing. I'm tracing circles because I don't draw very good circles. Mine are always all wonky, and then I get frustrated. So I grab circles out of my kitchen. They're like nesting circles to use today. So I think though I'm gonna get started. I was late. It's just been one of those mornings where I just have had kind of a morning, and I'm behind on everything today. So, which makes it crazy because I'll be behind all the rest of the day now. But it's okay because God is good and He's in control, and I'm just going to give it up to Him, and He'll make everything better. So today is Earth Day, where a lot of people, we want to, obviously, we want to take good care of the earth and everything like that. But people a lot of times make the focus very secular, and they forget that God is the one that created the world. And of course, we don't forget that because we talk about it every day at school, or at church, or at home, devotions or whatever you do. And so I wanted our focus to be on God, and I found this really awesome book called When God Made the World. And it talks about the different things that He created, not in the order that they are in the Bible, but that's okay because we know that, right? So we don't need that to be. Hi, Johnny. So let me turn my fan off. So hot today. I had to turn the air conditioner on, and got wasps flying around my back door. It's crazy. And I know that God made wasps, but I don't like them. They need to stay away from my house. So anyway, that's why I put that in there. Colossians 1:16, for by Him all things were created in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities, all things were created through Him and for Him. So we need to take care of God's world because it's God's, and it doesn't belong to us, it belongs to God. And we need to take care of the things that He provides for us, right? So today what we'll do is I'll read this great story, and then we're going to make this. You'll need a couple of circles to trace, unless you just want to draw them by hand. Some scissors and some glue or tape or something, and pencil, marker, and I'm going to use crayons because I've got this cool box of crayons. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I love crayons. Love crayons. I have so many crayons. So, all right. Let's get started on our story today. Called When God Made the World. It's by Matthew Paul Turner, and it was illustrated by Gillian Gamble. All right. And I really like the pictures in the story. This is gorgeous. Look at that. Look at those pretty koi. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Look, there's a heart right there on their head. All right. Awesome. And normally, this book is brand new. It just came out this year. And normally, there's a little blurb in here about how they created the pictures. And there isn't one of those today. So I was a little sad. So I was just using my imagination to think about how they made the pictures. So you guys can think about that too. When God Made the World by Matthew Paul Turner. In the very beginning, before anything was, before God started doing what it is that God does, when all that existed was wide open space, God imagined a universe, and he began to create. God hung trillions of lights, stars big and stars bright. God turned the dark sky into a glorious sight. God put planets in places, with moons in some cases, and galaxies that reach the outermost spaces. God made comets that fly, with tails to the sky, and asteroids and meteors that sometimes zoom by. And with cosmic explosions, God set space in motion, causing planets to orbit their suns with devotion. And somewhere, amid all the swirling light, inside a cluster of milky white, among stars and planets and cosmic dust, God made a place for the story of us. Because when God made the world, God displayed heavenly glory for you and for me and for all the world's stories. Sleeping with a little teddy bear. Our planet, God made a blue and green sphere and designed it to orbit the sun once a year. God made daytime and nighttime, climates and seasons, and all kinds of weather that varies by region. God made continents and oceans, islands and seas, a north and south pole that God put in deep freeze. God carved rivers and brooks, mountains and caves, made beaches with sand and huge crashing waves. God made tropics and plateaus, glaciers and meadows, marshes and tundras, and erupting volcanoes. That's cool. God made some places high, with peaks in the sky, and places where snowflakes still fall in July. And in quite a few spots, God made it so hot. Should you visit, just know that you must drink a lot. God made valleys so low and geysers that blow. And under Earth's surface, God put well springs that flow. There's all sorts of things in the world, isn't there? Then, with gardens and forests and other things green, God made earth come to life using soil and seed. God made cypress and pines, bushes and vines, all kinds of trees with leaves God designed. Plants full of flavor like basil and thyme, and trees that grow citrus like grapefruit and lime. God made flowering plants and plants that enchant. Well, most you can touch. God made some that you can't. Roses, be warned, are prickly with thorns, and there's an African melon God covered in horns. And poison ivy's backlash, giving you a rash. Wherever it touches, you'll itch and you'll scratch. But don't let that stop you. Run barefoot through grass. Pick a flower or two, or a bouquet perhaps. Find a tree you can climb, or with a seat and some twine, build your very own swing, or a backyard zip line. But only if your mom says it's okay. Or dad. Hello, Mrs. Kane. Hi, I'm Henry. And when you eat grapes, or pour syrup on crepes, or into a forest you go to escape, give thanks to God for all that God made, for the fruit and the syrup, for the trees and the shade. Because when God made the world, God did all that God could to create every detail for our joy and our good. Now, what happened next is a mystery at best, but God made a bird, and that bird made a nest. So God filled the sky perhaps over time, with birds and more birds, and most learned how to fly. God made bluebirds and blackbirds, big birds and small birds, a few birds quite absurd, and the loudest birds you've ever heard. Crows crowed, doves cooed, chickens clucked, and owls hooed. Robins chirped, pheasants whirred. The world got noisy when God made birds. That's the truth, isn't it? My dogs are being crazy. Then the oceans God filled with fish, sharks, and krill, creatures God made with fins and with gills. Swordfish and trout, fish sleek and fish stout, and whales that God made to breathe through a spout. You see the shadow of that great big whale there. God made sea rays and eels, fish red, yellow, or teal, and some fish so odd they hardly look real. Like a fish that has fangs, or a monster-like face, or a fish that flies, or makes its body inflate. It's amazing. Obviously, this is his imagination, because there's certainly not a monkey mermaid, is there? And wherever a river, ocean, or sea touches dry land, there's likely to be all sorts of creatures living their lives on land and in water. That's how they survive. Like otters and frogs, turtles on logs, and crocodiles gathering in swampy bogs. And then God made cows and horses and goats, and God made gibbons with inflatable throats. God planned lions to roar and tigers to pounce, and kangaroos, God thought, let's make you bounce. God made bears to growl and moles to plow, and under full moons, coyotes to hoo. Donkeys brayed, giraffes bleated, jaguars prayed, rhinos stampeded, bunnies hopped, beavers chopped, and in muddy pools, hippos plopped. Yes, all living creatures, from whales to snails, from those covered with feathers to those covered with scales, each God designed with a home in mind, to develop and evolve if needed over time. Because when God made the world, every creature on earth became a part of life's circle, having value and worth. And then God made people. People like you and like me. People with souls, people with stories, a global family tree. God made us all flesh and bone, covered in skin, and made all our bodies to have hearts beating within. God gave us bellies and legs and fingers and toes, and fashioned our faces with eyes, mouth, and a nose. God made our bodies uniquely equipped for walking and talking, to eat and to skip. God wired our brains to feel love and feel pain, to process and learn, to read and retain. But despite all we share, we're also unique. God made us all human with just a few tweaks. Each of our faces, bodies, and traits, our skin tones, our features, God did create. God made some people shy, and some people loud, and some who thrive in the midst of a crowd. Some make music, and some like math, and some are prone to blaze their own path. But always remember, because this much is true, God had a purpose for making you you. So use every gift, every talent or shtick. Make the world better with your God-given trick. Bring smiles to faces. Show love and good graces to those who need hope in all different places. Discover a star, a planet, or moon, or help keep a forest from dying too soon. Save a whale, hug a tree, protect every bee, recycle, repurpose, reject apathy. Because all of God's creation whispers God's story. The mountain, the ocean, the blue mountain glory. The raindrops, the sunshine, the grapes on the grapevine. With nature, God gave us a glimpse of divine. And just like a star might showcase God's light, or a waterfall gives us a sign of God's might, the same could be said of me and of you. How we live, how we love, tells God's story too. Because when God made the world, and the world started spinning, the story God wrote was just a beginning. The end. Hi, Mrs. Starling. Hi, Justin. Sorry. I really like that story. But I am like crying because I think we need to remember that, don't we? Sometimes, I get so busy in my own little world that I forget sometimes that God shows us, gave us the things that he did so that we could shine light onto other things, right? And to shine light to people. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose because I was crying. But it was like happy tears though, right? Because God's amazing and he gave us all these things. So this is what we're gonna do today. So, as I said at the beginning, what you need is, oops, I've got 3 pieces of paper. I only need 2 pieces of paper, right? And then we need some scissors and a pencil, and I always have an eraser too. And I have a Sharpie. You need some glue stick or some tape. I'm going to use crayons today, so some crayons or markers, and then some lids to trace. I only need 2, but I couldn't remember what sizes I need, so I brought my whole little set of nesting circles. So, I'm going to put that out of the way, move all my stuff here. So I'm going to use 1 piece of paper first. I'm going to push this back so you can see my whole paper now. Let's see. There we go. All right. Now, we need to draw 2 circles. It's totally possible. Hello, Mrs. Fall. I'm Michael and Joey. It's totally possible for you to just draw the circles. I draw horrible circles. Horrible circles. They never look circular. I do not know why. I can't do it. Other people can do it. Like my husband probably can do it. So I brought 2 circles so that they fit on my thing. But I wanted to have a little space. Let's say I'm going to use this one for my. So 2 circles, right? 2 circles. 1 big for the earth and 1 small for my head there. All right. And I'm going to kind of arrange them on there like that. See how they both fit on there? And I still have some space. So I'm going to hold down my circle. And I don't want to trace with, because I actually use these lids sometimes in my kitchen. So I'm going to trace my circle. Now we trace circles in art class too, right? And it's not a very good circle. It's got these lips on it here on the side. And the whole secret to doing that is to put the hand you don't write with in the center and then hold it down while you're turning, right? Sometimes we have friends help us, right? And I'm going to put my other circle here. Those little bump things get in my way, so my circles aren't perfectly circular. But it's not too bad. There we go. I'm going to trace these with Sharpie now so you can see. Because I don't need to erase anything. Wow, I'm not even tracing on my circles very well. Alright, so I'm going to trace those with markers so you can see them better. There we go. I'll go ahead and erase my pencil lines because I did a bad job tracing my circles. So if you're drawing, Ashley, you know what, right now? It looks like BB-8, doesn't it? If I colored it differently, I could draw BB-8. Of course, I'd have to bring up a picture because I don't know what all of his little gadgets look like. But I know that he's kind of 2 circles there. Alright, so there we go. There's my paper. Okay, this is going to be the Earth, and then this is going to be our, Yoo-hoo. Hi, Justin. This is going to be the Earth, and this is going to be me. I'm drawing a self-portrait, sort of. I don't know, not exactly. Obviously, I'm a cartoon me. You can just draw somebody else if you want. So, the first thing we want to do is in the center of there, I'm going to draw the Earth. I'm going to give my Earth eyes, right? So, I'm going to draw 2 circles. Kind of big for my eyes. Now, you can draw eyes however you want, all right? I'm going to do these kind of eyes. I think Elena Pierce, I think she calls these, they're sparkle eyes, right? That's what you call them. I did another planet. This was a little different. The eyes are. So I did that. So you draw your eyes the way you want. I'm going to do it like this time, I think. I don't know why, just because. And I'm going to go ahead and color in around my eyes. Okay. It's kind of a combination of the 2 pictures, I think. So give your Earth some eyes. All right. And I might even give my Earth some eyebrows this time, right? There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my Earth a smile. Even though sometimes I think our Earth is sad because of what we do to it. And then I'm going to color these in with a crayon. I gave her little blush marks. Alright. And now I'm going to draw my continents. Now, I love geography. Learning to where things are on the map and where they are on the globe is super important. But we are just drawing a picture, so mine is not accurate very much. Alright. So down here, I'm going to kind of draw, so this would be kind of like Australia. And then, ooh, there's New Zealand, right? Because there's a New Zealand off there. And I'm going to draw another one over here. I'm going to do one over here. I'm going to draw one over here. Alright, and so there we go. There's my Earth, right? So, I'll pause for a moment so everyone can kind of catch up. Make sure that you're the same place that I am, or thereabouts. You can always pause the video or, you know, just work at your own pace there. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my person, okay? Now, I'm not going to draw a realistic looking person. I'm going to draw myself as a cartoon person again. So that's going to be kind of what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start with some eyes. Alright. I'm not going to draw sparkle eyes this time. I'm just going to draw eyes. I'm going to color in the pupils. I'm going to give myself some eyebrows. You can always give some eyelashes if you want. I'm going to give myself a little tiny nose. And I'm going to be smiling. Alright. So I'm going to give myself a nice big open smile. I'm going to draw my tongue right there. And then I'm going to put some teeth right there. And that'll look better. And I'm going to color in this part right here. Black. In between. Okay. Now I'm going to draw some hair. It's probably not going to look like my real hair. I'm going to give myself some bangs. I have messy hair usually. Alright. And then above this line, I'm going to draw some lines that kind of go around. Like that. That's my hair is going to go off the page over here. Give myself some ears. That's not a very good ear. Just going to draw some lines in there and make it look more like hair. I like that. And then I'm going to have it so that I'm kind of, you can see part of me. There. Like that. There. Like that. It's kind of, I'm off to the side a little bit more than I am on my other picture. Alright, how you guys doing? You guys got yourself there? I like the stripes on my shirt, so I'm going to put stripes on my shirt again. Just because they're easy to do. And it really is beautiful outside today, even though a little warm for me. And it's just easier to color. Alright. And then I'm going to draw some stars. I don't draw stars very well either. So I do stars the old, like, I draw stars like this. And then I just go in and trace. I don't trace over the middle lines. I just trace over these lines. And then I go back in and I erase this. Erase, erase, erase. So I'm going to draw a couple of stars there. I'm going to draw one over here. I'll draw one more here. And then I'm going to draw a moon like that. And then I'll trace those. There we go. All right, I'm going to erase my pencil lines. There we go. How you guys doing? We doing good? It's the other hard thing about live videos is there's like no immediate feedback, so I don't know how you guys are doing. All right. So I'm going to start coloring. All right. So I'm going to start with my person. Let's see. I'm kind of a peach color. Am I that color? I like to have a piece of scratch paper. So I'm just digging something out of my trash can here. Yeah, I'm going to be that color. That's good. All right. You guys are doing good. All right. So I'm going to color my skin. This color. Remember to color my ears. It's actually not a very good color. I don't know if that's a good color for... Oh, it looks better there in the camera, but that's okay. All right. I could have given myself curly hair. It doesn't have to be you. It could be anybody that you're drawing. All right. I just have this desire to like say, hey, show me your paper, but you can't show it to me because you're not in my video, right? Alright. So there I am. And then what I'm going to do is, so we're not flat, right? We're like three-dimensional. I'm going to color a little bit harder right around the edge because it's kind of darker over the edge, on the edge of pictures. So I'm going to color a little bit darker right around my edge of my face. So it kind of gives the illusion that it goes off, and so I'm a little rounder. Can't really tell that. It looks a little bit better in real life than it does in the camera. All right. And then let's see. I have kind of reddish brown hair. I don't know. That's too red. I don't know. I think I'm just going to give myself brown hair. And then I'll add a few little red pieces to it. I'm leaving this crayon out so I don't forget what color my skin is, since I got to draw some arms, right, and color them. There we go. Can't see where this goes because there's too many. There we go. All right. It goes over here. Then I'm just going to add a few like reddish colors in there, just to give it some different color. That's kind of the same color there. Not what I wanted. I guess I'll use this one. And nobody's here, even if you don't have it colored. Like, I couldn't tell you for sure what color my real hair color is. Probably gray now. Is all one color. It's always got lots of different colors in there. Alright? And then I'm going to be crazy. I'm going to give myself a green and purple shirt. Which I can tell you, I would probably never wear, because green and purple don't really go together, I don't think, when it comes to... So I'm going to give myself a striped shirt, green and purple. I'm going to keep these two crayons out too, because I've got to draw some arms here in a minute, right? So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to color my earth. I'm going to use a different green for my, like this green. And so the same thing that I did around here, I'm going to do here for sure. I'm going to color darker right here along the edge of my continents. And then I'm going to color lighter here. So then it actually makes it look a little bit like it's actually a sphere and not flat. Because we've all seen pictures of space, right? And we know that the Earth really isn't flat. So I'm coloring darker here first. And then I'm coloring lighter as I go out. So it makes it look like it's kind of 3D. And I could go around the edges here, because obviously I don't have to do all of it. Because our continents aren't flat, our continents really aren't flat either, are they? Because our land is 3D. I'm going to color New Zealand, which makes this Australia. You can't really tell. Let me see if I get closer. Yeah, you really can't tell with this green. I could actually go in with a darker green and color right over it to create some shadows. That's not really working either. Works better with marker to color things a little darker. Everyone's doing okay? Okay. Has anybody been outside yet today? We've had some wasps flying around our backyard, and so it's been really scary to be out there. Oh, you have been outside? All right, Johnny. Too hot for me to just be outside, though. Okay. There we go. And then I'm going to, because I don't need that color again. I'm going to color some pink here for its little, at the end of its smile. And I might add some pink, you can't see that there, to my cheeks as well. You can't see that at all, but I did. And then I think my box has silver and gold, so I'm going to color my moon silver. But if I didn't have silver, I would just color it either gray or I would color it yellow, because it lights up at night, right? And let's see if I can find my gold crayon. Go in there. Let's see. This will work. I'm going to color my stars gold. There we go. And then I'm going to give myself a little red tongue. Oh, that's not red. Only thing with this, I can't see the crayons. That'll work. There we go. There we go. Alright. Hello, Mrs. McDonald. Hi, Meredith, and hi, Katie. So now I'm going to color my ocean blue. And I'm going to do that like I talked about. So I'm going to color along the edge darker so that my earth looks three-dimensional. So I'm using a different color blue this time. So you can see I'm going to color there darker. And then I'm going to color the earth. Yep, this color. This color, because it's kind of the same, but it's different. So there, it looks like it's more three-dimensional. Hello, hello. So tomorrow we're going to do a ship. Could be a pirate ship. I think it's a pirate ship in the story, but just a big ship. And then Friday is llamas. Next week we're going to go back to drawing some animals. Animals all week. In fact, one day we're going to be drawing a squirrel. And then let's see, what else? I have a whole bunch of new stories that I want to do. I have a story about a lion, but it's got a mouse too, so we might do a mouse. And then, I don't know, I haven't decided what other stories. I kind of want to do a zebra. A zebra would be kind of cool. I don't know. And then we will not have any art next Friday. So this Friday's llamas, but next Friday we will not have art and story time, because that would have been the day of our walkathon. So I'm a little sad. I actually have a meeting with Mrs. Schrog here in a couple of hours. We're trying to figure out what we can do. I will be getting t-shirts, so everyone will still get a walkathon shirt, even though we're not going to all get to meet in one place. But we are going to do something special next Friday. So, there we go. So I've colored my earth. I feel like I need to color that a little darker, so it looks like it's going off the world there. Or it's not flat, it's three-dimensional. There's one more. I really wanted to do that with the green. I need to find a darker green. Get in there. It's not green. Maybe this. There, that works a little better. Because by showing it darker along the edge, it gives it value, which makes something look like three-dimensional. Alright, so there we go. Now, it's about time for us, I know, to do our hands, alright? So I'm going to put this aside for now. And I'm going to get my other piece of paper, alright? And I'm going to fold it in half. All right. So there's my paper. Folded it in half. And I'm just going to use a marker. Now I don't want ginormous arms, but I need to have arms, right? So I'm going to draw 2 lines. All right. And it needs to be a little longer than maybe you want so that we can add, we need to fold one of it over so that they pop off the page. And then I'm going to give myself a thumb, 3 fingers. Okay. Maybe that's my thumb and that's my pinky. I don't know. Those are kind of wonky, aren't they? So there we go. So I do that on one side. See, it's open. But when I cut, I'm going to cut through, and I'm going to cut this a little skinnier. So my thing, I'm going to cut through both pieces of paper. Because when I do that, I got a really pointy finger there. By doing that, I will be able to have my arms pop off the page. So it's almost like a little pop-up card, isn't it? So, and this finger is way bigger than all the other fingers, so I'm going to trim that off. So, I cut through both pieces of paper, as you can see. And look, I have 2 arms. Whoop, whoop. Alright, and then I'm just going to throw that away. And then, if you think about your body, if you have your arms down, your thumbs are towards your inside, right? They're towards your body. So, I'm going to trim this finger down so it looks more like a pinky, I think. Oops, I messed up there. Doesn't have to be perfect, because I'm a cartoon, so my hands can be a cartoon too, can't they? Cartoon hands. Alright. I'm going to put them this way. And then I'm going to draw on there, like, so this is where my sleeve starts. And then I'm going to draw my lines like I did before. Oops. Okay, and then I'm not going to do the very top. There we go. So there's my little hands. And then I'm going to color the bottom part. It's a good thing I have a placemat so I don't get this crayon all over my table. Got to be careful when you're coloring your fingers so that you don't rip them off. That seems funny to say, doesn't it? Huh. And I'm not coloring the back side. I'm just going to color this front side. Oops. I'm going to color down like this. There we go. And then, so I can put this crayon away now because I'm done coloring my skin, aren't I? Oh, that doesn't go there. I really like my crayons to be in the right spot. There. And then, or at least in the holes. I'll start with green. And I'm going to alternate. So I have a striped shirt. But you could have whatever you want on your shirt. There we go. I'll go ahead and color that one, even though I'm going to fold that under. So there's one little arm. I could have totally chosen to do a rainbow colored shirt. I imagine there'll be one person here who's got a rainbow shirt. Okay, and then there's my little hands. Let me put my crayons away. Somewhere, wherever they go. I think that one goes there. Here we go. Alright, so there we go. Got my hands. I got the little hands there. Alright. I think you can buy like little hands or something, right, that you put on your fingers. Oh. Alright. So before I glue these down, or maybe I'll wait. I'm going to glue them down first and then I'll do that. So what you're going to want to do is see how on this one, see how my hands kind of flop off the page? And you can just glue them down flat. And obviously it looks weird because I'll probably put them like that. I'm going to fold it over, just the end there. So I have, it looks like a little tab, right? So I've got a little fold there. See that? Little fold. You can totally just do yours flat if you want. Alright? And then I'm going to put glue. Oh, of course I have a white one now. I had a purple one before so you can see the glue. I'm just putting glue on the tab, the part that I folded there. So in this case, the purple part. And then I don't want to cover up. Obviously, it's a little wonky there. My arms are a little wonky. I don't want to cover up my world's face because it's super cute. Oops. So I'm going to put it up here like that. There we go. See that? High five. There we go. Oopsie. Alright. And then you remember you only go up a little bit. I didn't talk about that this time, but I've talked about that so much. You guys should all know. Put this away. Alright, there we go. Now what I want to do is I want to write like a message so that I remember why I did this. So here I wrote, we love God's world. And I think, let's see, what should I write? I was thinking maybe I should write, looking for a good Bible verse. No. There's so many Bible verses about God's word. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Oops. I think I'm just gonna have to be, I didn't know this was gonna be so hard to think of something. Maybe I'm just gonna write the same thing, a world. Maybe I'll put God's world is amazing. I'm just gonna write that. I'm gonna write it around my world. God's world is amazing. I'm like writing it really bold too. John, I could do John 3:16. You're right. God, so I might write that down here before. And then I'm just gonna put over here on the side. That's a great idea, Johnny. I'm gonna write John 3:16, because God loved us and loved the world so much that he gave his only begotten son. So there we go. There's that. And then I'm going to give my sky some color. Now it's space, right? And we know what color space is. Space is black, but I'm not going to color it in really dark. Let's see. I seriously cannot find. see what color this is. I'm just black. I was looking for like my metallic black one. I don't know where it is. In the other box of crayons. So I'm just going to use black. But I'm not going to color it in really dark because obviously I wrote in black. So I'm going to use the bottom of my crayon here. And I'm just going to kind of rub on there lightly. That way I can still go above, right on top of my words. There we go. I'm going to go under my arms. Not under my arms, under my arms here. There we go. Almost done. Tomorrow I will start right on time because we have a big project to do tomorrow. Lots of drawing. You might need a ruler tomorrow, but you don't have to have a ruler. You can always just take a folded piece of paper. In fact, what you could do is you could take the rest of this piece of paper I just cut up, and I could just cut this part off right here. And I have a straight edge. So I could just use that tomorrow. I might do that. And a piece of paper and crayons or markers or pencils or paints or whatever. There we go. I think that was down here somewhere. There we go. There we go. That looks kind of the same. I'm a little smaller here. I got a big head there. So, there we go. And then tomorrow, oops, there it is. Tomorrow my story is called Sunk, and it's by Rob Biddulph, who did the dog story that I read a week or so ago. And we are going to draw our own ship. There we go. So this is tomorrow, and I will post that in the group. I have a meeting and things I have to do. It's a busy day. So this was today. Thanks for joining me. I don't know which one. I kind of like it with the bigger head there. I don't know. I can't wait to see your pictures. I'm just so thankful that you guys join me every day and do this. You could just draw the earth, and you could draw something like this, and then his arms, his hands are like this, like a little heart. We do that sometimes, right? So, remember, this is God's world, and we need to take care of it because that's the way God, He entrusted us with His creation. And then join me tomorrow for our ship. So I'm going to pray, and then you guys go and have some fun outside. It is beautiful before it gets really hot, because we know it's going to get hotter because it's Nebraska, right? So, thanks for joining me. And so let's pray. Oh, Father God, your world is so amazing. The creatures you have created, the air, everything, how it works together is amazing. We know that you are our great creator. We know that there's no way that all of this could just be tossed together randomly and just come out to be able to support us the way that the world does. So we know upon know that you are the great creator, and that you have created this world for us to live in and to take joy in and to take care of, Lord. And we just thank you. We thank you for this blessing, that on this day, this Earth Day, that we remember your creation, Lord. And we are just so thankful. Please, as always, take care of your people. Help us to turn our eyes towards you and not be distracted by everything that's going on, Lord. Please, Lord, please help me specifically do that, because, it's so easy to get distracted, and I really try not to, but it happens. So, Lord, please help me to keep my eyes focused on you. So, Lord, I just thank you. I thank you for all of these students, their parents. I thank you for everyone, whether they come to my videos or not. Just thank you for the gift of family that is Cornerstone. I am just so appreciative. That's not even close to everything that I would want to tell you, but you know what's in my heart, Lord, and I just thank you for that. since it's so hard for me sometimes to put those things into words. So, Lord, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are grateful, and we just pray for all these things in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. And everybody said amen. All right. Thanks again for joining me. I'm going to cry again, so I have to get off before I start to cry. Bye, Johnny. Bye, everyone. I love you, and I miss you. And hopefully we can all get together soon, right? Hugs.